Give it a second. Give it a second. Alrighty then. Yo, what's going on YouTube? It is Dom, aka KT Tuna, coming back at you guys again for another video. Today I have a requested video. A lot of people have been asking me about intelligence series, and I actually don't know too much about the intelligence series at all, the 35 series, right? So I have brought my man Peyton up here, who also runs his own YouTube channel. You guys go and check him out. And what he's going to do is he's going to go through questions. He's going to break down 35 Foxtrot for us and really help us out. Thank you, Peyton, for coming on the channel.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here. It's crazy. I'm finally getting to talk to you, and I've watched you for a long time, so it's just an honor to be on the channel. I'm ready to bring some knowledge for people that are interested in this MOS.
Great, great, great. So let's go ahead and jump straight into the questions. First question is, what is your rank?
I am an E3 private first class in the U.S. Army.
Okay. And second question, so how long have you been at the job you're currently at right now?
So I've been a 35 Fox I graduated AIT in May 2018, so about 8 months. I believe that's about right. So 8 months.
Okay. And I don't even think we talked about what a 35, what is the actual name of a 35 Fox? Like, what is your description?
So a 35 Fox is an all-source intelligence analyst. So we take intel from every source and combine it together.
Great. So why did you pick that job? Why, of all the jobs out there, you're like, I'm Peyton and I'm going to pick 35 Foxtrot. Why did you pick that job?
To be honest with you, I picked the job because reading through GoArmy.com, I really didn't want to go into intel looking at maps, like imagery. I really didn't want to go interrogate people. So it was just kind of a process of elimination. Like, I mean, this seems pretty cool. It's the best of all the worlds, you know, a little bit of everything. That seems cool to me. Sign me up.
Okay. Fair enough. So what is your day-to-day life like as a 35 Foxtrot? Can you run me through, you know, a day in the life from the morning PT to, you know, when you close out the day?
Definitely. So a little disclaimer, for a 35 Fox, your day can vary greatly. So it really depends on us what echelon we're at, you know, division, brigade, battalion. So I'm currently at a division level. So it's different for me, but I will run you through the day. So, you know, everybody wakes up, does PT from about 6:30 to about 7:30, go change. So after that, I'm going to go into the office. It's called a skiff. And that's where intelligence analysts work. And I go in there and I sit on the computer. My job is very exercise focused. So if we're not in a training exercise or a training mission, I could go into work and, you know, prepare for a board, a Soldier of the Month board, or I could take a class. They love throwing classes on the computer systems we work on. So we'll work on that. Just training. A lot of the time is just sergeant's time training all the time, getting better at talking. So you'll do that from about 9 to 11:30. You'll go to lunch, come back from lunch. I usually just go cook in my room, come back from lunch, do the same thing. Maybe I'll write up like a practice brief, like research some stuff for my sergeant and brief him on it at the end of the day. And that's my go home criteria for the day. And yeah, repeat it all over again. So a lot of the job is just getting better at talking, getting more knowledgeable on the Army. And when we go into exercise, that's when our job really takes precedence and we begin doing it.
Okay. What would you say are your general responsibilities for your job? If you could like break down your the most important things, what would you say they are?
So the biggest thing a 35 Fox does is takes intelligence, raw data from, say, like a drone or say from like a signal analyst, different avenues of information coming in. We take all of that information, we bring it together. Like, what does it mean? What can a commander, why is this important to the commander? We break it down where he can understand it. We write it up onto a PowerPoint slide and we learn it, and then we brief it to him so he can make a decision on what he wants to do, whatever that may be. So our job is basically to dumb it down to like the bottom line up front. Why is this important? What does it mean? And so he can make a decision.
Okay. What would you say are the benefits to your job?
The benefits to my job, depending on how you look at it, I know some people want a physical challenge. If that's not what you're looking for, you're not going to be tested physically on a daily basis. You get to like stay in the air conditioning and like you're not really in the suck all the time. But other benefits, you do get a top secret clearance if that's what you're looking to do. It transfers well into the civilian sector, looks good on paper, especially if you pair it with a good degree. You can get well-paying jobs in the civilian world from all the experiences I've seen from people that have gotten out and pursued that in the civilian world. So it definitely looks good on paper. That's a big benefit of this MOS. And it just sounds cool when you tell people you're in intel, you know.
Okay. What do you like most and what do you like least about your job?
What I like most about my job is that when I'm working, I feel like I'm actually making a difference on whether it be a battlefield or something humanitarian we're doing. I feel like I make a difference on a daily basis when I'm actually doing my job. What I dislike about my job is that what I was saying earlier, I don't get to challenge myself as much as I would want to on a daily basis. It's very mentally challenging, but I'm the type of person that I like to be broken off. I like to get like hard pieces, like that kind of thing, and like going on long marches. We really don't do that in this MOS. It's not physically demanding at all. So, that's why I've thought about branching out into other avenues, like going to different schools and stuff like that. So if you're looking to really push yourself physically and get out of your comfort zone, this is definitely not the MOS for you. But if you want to challenge yourself mentally, this MOS is definitely very challenging at times.
Okay. Is there anything specific about your job that's exclusive that you can only do at wherever you're stationed at? Now, don't feel pressured to give me your base, but is there anything specific about your job that you feel like is only done at that base?
So there is at this base. I really don't want to go into detail about where I'm at, but if anybody out there, you can probably guess based on, I am in Poland, but I'm not going to give the specific base. Based off current events and what's going on in this region of the world, you can probably infer as to what we deal with on a daily basis in Eastern Europe. So that is what is pertinent to my job here.
Okay, great. Hey, enough said. Next question. Have you ever been deployed?
I am currently deployed. This is my first deployment in Poland. So it's one of the better deployments I could be on. I'm in hard-standing barracks, and I know other people in Poland aren't as lucky as me in Europe in general. But this is my first deployment, and I am deployed, so I'm having a good time.
All right. If there was anything about your job that you could change, what would you like to change about your job?
Definitely some of the thought processes from senior, thought patterns from people that have been in the intel world for a long time. It's kind of dogmatic, and when you try to bring new ideas and new ways of looking at things to people, some people are not receptive to that. It's kind of old army versus new army, I guess, and just trying to bring new ideas, new energy into the intel world that the younger generation can bring. Some people are not receptive to that. And that could be an Army-wide thing. You know, I'm not saying that's just Intel, but I see it pretty much on a daily basis. So I would change that if I could. And, you know, probably will change one day. But for now, that's what I would change.
All right. Okay, fair enough. Moving into the last couple questions. How does this, I know we briefly talked about it a little bit earlier, but how does this position transfer over into the civilian world? You briefly brought up a clearance. Is there anything else that you feel like helps this position transfer over to the civilian world? And do you think it transfers over well into the civilian world?
So it does transfer well into the civilian world. Nowadays, it does not transfer as well as everybody thinks it does. It's not like what I've been briefed up on is that, you know, back in the like early 2000s when Intel was really sparking up, you could go in, get out, and get a six-figure job like that. Nowadays, you're definitely going to have to get, you know, some degrees. You're going to have to get some stuff on paper. You can't just come into Intel and get out and get a great job. You're going to have degrees, and you're going to have experience. A lot of jobs are looking for deployments on paper, you know, specific certificates. And, you know, your senior NCOs and your warrant officers will get you squared away on, like, if that's what you're looking to do, get out. Business degrees, international business pair well with this MOS, because I don't know specifically why. I really haven't looked into it that much. But my NCOs and warrants tell me it's not what it used to be. There's still options out there, and you can still get great jobs in this MOS. But it's not like I'm going to come in, get certified, and then just be this baller getting a six-figure job. You know, it's a process, but it definitely can be done.
Okay. So I don't know how long you have currently on your contract. I don't know how long you have left, but what are your plans after your contract, and do you plan on staying in?
So this is a back and forth battle I have pretty much on a daily basis with myself. I've got about 3 years left in the Army at this point, so I still got a ways to go in that deciding that thought process. And I'm told by people every day, you're going to change your mind 1,000 times. As for now, I do plan on getting out. I just kind of want to get out and go to school. I've never really thought about the Army as a career. I get told I would be a great career soldier, whatever that means, by my NCOs, but that's not really like I'm into. I read books about I forget exactly what the term is, but it's like the civilian soldier who takes up arms in a time of war and then goes back to the farm after the war. I forget exactly what it's called, but that's I wanted to do my time, you know, serve my country. I feel like everybody should serve in some type of way, so I wanted to do my time, get what I could out of the Army, but serve honorably. So I'm probably just going to get out, go to school, and go back to my hometown. But I'm glad I get to get out, serve my country, see the world. And yeah, as of now, I'm getting out, but that's always subject to change.
Okay. True. And here we go. We got the very last question. Are there any words of wisdom for anybody that's looking to get into this MOS, anybody that's maybe a civilian talking to a recruiter, somebody that wants to job transfer, you know, change MOS? Is there any words of wisdom for these individuals looking to get into this job?
Definitely. So when you're reading about this job and everything, it looks very cool. I want to be that voice that tells you it's not always like so cool and crazy. I have probably, when I'm doing my job, it's the best thing I've ever done. It's so fun. But that has been, I've probably had that feeling 3 or 4 times in the 8 months I've been in this MOS. There's a lot of downtime. Like I was saying, it's a very exercise and mission dependent in MOS. So if y'all are not on mission, you're really not going to be doing your job. You're going to be doing a lot of motor pool Mondays. You're going to be doing a lot of details. So it could be different for like senior NCOs or NCOs transferring in. But I know if you're enlisting into this MOS, I definitely recommend being open-minded. It's going to take a lot of growth on your part. I was a kind of person that came into the Army. I wasn't comfortable speaking in front of people, and I've briefed colonels and generals, and it's that's for me, that's stressful. I don't know, people out there, you might love that. It definitely gets me out of my comfort zone. That's why I chose this MOS too, because I knew you'd be speaking in front of people. But definitely don't expect secret squirrel CIA type stuff that you see in the movies. You do kind of that stuff, but also expect to be doing Army stuff a lot, to details and that sort of thing. So, but I definitely do recommend this job to people out there when you're doing it. It's one of the greatest things I've done in my life, and I feel like I have a purpose, but there are a lot of down times and that kind of thing. But don't let that discourage you. It's a great MOS, and yeah, I've got, if you have any questions about it, you can hit me in the Instagram like you were saying. So,
all right. Thank you, Peyton. I really appreciate it. That is the last question I got for you. If anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm going to. I think Peyton said we can drop his IG handle in the bottom there. I'm also going to drop his YouTube, because he runs a fantabulous, if that's even a word, fantabulous YouTube channel. My IG and my Snapchat will be there, and I'll have Peyton's information there. And that's it, guys. If you guys questions, concerns, information in the description. And like I always like to say at the end of all my videos, don't live the same year 75, 80, 85, 90 times and then try and call it a life. Me and Peyton, and we are out of here, you guys. You guys take it easy.